Hi everyone, welcome to the holiday video, the Christmas Eve video, the 2 days after solstice video. Things are getting brighter every day, a little tiny bit brighter. We're staving off sad. We're not sad, either lowercase or seasonal affective disorder. We're cheerful, we're looking forward to the new year. I am definitely someone who loves to do New Year's resetting content. I've been making content for myself for a while, and of course this is the first year that I will be doing it on a YouTube channel for sharing with you folks. So looking forward to that. But before we get into that, we're going to take a few minutes just to look at my year very thoughtfully and see what the highlights were. I've got a dozen highlights, basically one for every month of the year. Yeah, we're gonna focus on those. Of course, I don't have video for all of them, but I definitely take photos for just about every occasion, even kind of non-occasions, just when something's interesting is happening or interesting to me. So let's start. The first highlight of the year was book events. So I pushed myself to attend book events. That's author talks, book launches, parties, mixers. So it didn't matter whether I knew someone who was there. It didn't matter if I was familiar with the author, as long as it seemed interesting to me. Sometimes I bought the books, and other times I just enjoyed the company and met some people. I always met new people, so that was great. Calgary has a great book community. A couple of events here where we have local authors, Daniel L. Jensen, who's gotten mainstream publishing this year with Del Rey. Previous, she was an independent author or audiobook author. And then we have a debut novel from Emily Varga. I just literally had to look at her on my shelf. But Emily Varga. There's also a few visiting authors as well. I got to meet Lev Grossman, who is author of one of my favorite series, TV series and book series, The Magicians. And he has a new one about Arthurian legend, which I will probably buy in paperback, but you know, it's all right. And then, new local talents as well, like David Robinson, who's got a nonfiction book coming out this coming year that I'll probably attend the launch of. So many things happening. It's exciting. 2, concerts. I like to go to concerts, but a lot of the artists that I like don't tour in Calgary. A lot of that is to do with the Saddle Dome being old, and there's something wrong with the roof, maybe because it's shaped like a saddle or a maxi pad or something. It's a weird shape, and literally artists can't always use their full tour stage sets because of that. But nonetheless, I did manage to see 2 of my longtime favorite artists, Gary Newman in March and then Hozier in August. And again, I went with my friend Justin in the Gary Newman case, but I went to Hozier with just me and a bunch of girls in peasant outfits. I don't know why his fans dress this way, but it's very funny. Both great sets. I love that Hozier took a few minutes to speak about Palestine liberation and other social justice issues. Great representation of the Irish. It's great. And I'm looking forward to seeing some other acts in other cities in maybe 2025. 3, this is more of an ongoing highlight, but definitely important for me, is that my health has been very good. I am a person with chronic illness. I might speak about that more in depth. I definitely will speak about that more in depth in the future. I will explain in a story time what my chronic illness is, or are several. They're basically all different forms of inflammation and autoimmune conditions. So I have been subject to frequent checkups and scans and blood tests and stuff to make sure that the treatment that I'm taking and using is still working, all the medications and lifestyle choices and adjustments. And a clean bill of health, as or clean as one can be with chronic illness, healthy with a little asterisk. But yeah, I really appreciate my teams of doctors who are monitoring me and my weird self. So that's very cool. So health, here's to health. 4 is collecting. I am a collector of things, you might notice. There's books and decorations, there's pins. My partner and I have like a full-on model train world that we aren't really able to set up in the apartment, at least not without cat interference. So that comes out sometimes, but it'd be nice to eventually have, you know, somewhere permanent to put a model train world. But before that, we're at least able to attend Supertrain, which is a model railway show, very big at the Genesis Center in the Northeast. I also found like collectible pins there. There's a pin club that I haven't taken to joining yet, but it's really nice to know that there's a lapel pin club in Calgary. And I continue to enjoy my collecting hobbies throughout the year. 5 is another specific thing. This is when we went to Drumheller, Alberta, definitely a highlight of Alberta, considering all the weird little towns. That is by far the best of the weird little towns because it has a world-class dinosaur museum, the Royal Tyrrell. I had last visited the Royal Tyrrell in, was it 2012 or 13? Basically, within the first couple years of arriving as an Alberta resident. So I hadn't actually been there in about a decade, and I can't really say if it's changed. I was with a couple of people who knew every detail of that museum and what had changed since they had last visited, my friends who are both dinosaur experts. But I am far from an expert, but definitely the trip did spur a reignition in my interest in natural sciences. Unfortunately, I didn't really take a lot of science classes in high school and certainly not in university. So I would like to get a little bit more into natural earth sciences as a hobby and an interest. And again, I've loaded up myself with books to read about this in the new year. But yeah, definitely that was a highlight because it was just a great day with friends and also spurred a new interest. Like I need more of those, but I think I do. 6, we're arriving at midsummer, not midsummer, but midsummer, where I was very, very lucky to get in on a trip that my partner was taking to a conference. I didn't attend the conference, but I kind of tagged on at the end, as well as being joined with the rest of his family, his parents and siblings and their significant others. So there are like, I don't know, like 10 or 12 people on this trip. But, you know, my first kind of UK adventure, it was very nice to have a big old group. I couldn't get lost. And yeah, I definitely hit up all the things that I wanted to see in Scotland. Just mostly stuck to the Highlands and the 2 major cities, Glasgow and Edinburgh. Got to see museums, bookshops, restaurants. We stayed in student accommodation and relatives' houses, so it was still, you know, again, budget-friendly trip, but definitely, and also like all the museums in the UK are free, so how great is that? So, and I did manage to make it home with, you know, about 20 books in a carry-on and a personal item. Thanks WestJet for allowing me to have a carry-on before you brought in your like ultra super basic terrible plan that is the basics fare now. But I was able to take all my little souvenirs home and lots of memories. You'll see tons of photos for this one. I did consider taking more videos or doing kind of a travel log thing, but at that point in like late June, early July, I hadn't really started YouTubing yet, and my technical skills were not where I wanted them to be to do a full like record of the trip. But since the last 6 months I've improved these skills, I would like to do that for my next international trip, even if that's to the United States or the UK again or Europe. we will see, since my partner is just finished literally submitting the bulk of his thesis, and he'll be eligible to go on the same trip this coming year, and we might be able to, squeeze in another European vacation at that point. But yeah, loved Scotland. I had to come home to celebrate my 40th birthday. I had a very Karen birthday party where I booked a room at the Calgary Public Library, the Central Library, and presented a slideshow of my life to a couple dozen friends, which was an amazing turnout considering it was the middle of the summer and some folks were away. So really appreciate everyone showing up. Of course, after the library, we went to the pub, had a couple drinks. After that, we had a lightsaber fight. Oh, and there were tacos. It was just a great day. The weather was absolutely perfect. Sometimes having a late, or I guess mid-August birthday, sometimes the weather's a little, I don't know, especially in Calgary, it's already fall, whatever. But it was a perfect summer day and couldn't have had a better 40th birthday. And like the next week or a couple weeks later, I had this tattoo applied. I'm not a person who buys like fine jewelry or whatever, so I wanted to have something that was like a bit of a special treat for me. And I have tattoos, like this is my other tattoo. But yeah, so I'm glad that'll be something that's with me obviously for the rest of my life, and commemorated something that happened this year. And yeah, 40 so far, so good. Feeling good, I hope, looking good. Just feeling like I can express myself in new ways, like in video. We're actually getting into the part where I have actually recorded a number of these things on this channel, and faithful viewers will know that I went to Banff in September. Again, kind of a +1 to my partner's adventures, but you take the opportunities as you can. And I made a creative retreat for myself. I will link the video below for that specific one because it's the only highlight here where I did go in depth. Number 9, design clients. I have a number of design clients. Some are longtime friends, other are folks that I've met through other past clients or through past jobs. They've kept me busy and on my toes this past year, and I'm really grateful to have a stable of honestly just folks who don't make much of a fuss. I mean, at this point in my design career, I'm a little picky about who I work for and with. So, these folks have all passed the test. They've all been like very wonderful to work with and for. So thanks everyone. Here's a few slides of things that I've been working on and creating. I'm going to put them on the website for the new year. These are the folks who allow me to do extracurricular stuff like make videos and art and other things that occupy my days and hopefully lead to some other aspect of my career that is burgeoning, but still a little in the works. That leads directly into number 10, which is I'm in my 3rd year of business. I am a sole proprietor now of Prairie Crop Design, so that hopefully no one will, if they do, come for my name. Nobody else is gonna have this name, it's fine, but I did register it so that this is a trademark. It's cool. I think that year 3 in businesses is where they kind of sink or swim or flourish. I would like to think that this is the flourishing year, and that would be the start of this business year is May. So definitely May to the summer where I started filming videos and more concentrating on drawing and design and things that are more for the general public rather than specific clients. I think we're turning around here. Like I said, I have great design clients as graphic design, but I would like to do so much more, and I think you'll see that. Number 11, cooking at home. Down home and grassroots and ordinary thing, but again, you have to kind of find your amusement these days, and since groceries cost so much money, there seems to be a need to be very specific of what you're buying, whether it's contributing to your health and well-being and emotional enjoyment. And again, I've got a lot of photos for visiting grocery stores, so I'm just going to put those here. And we're actually at the last one. It's 12 and it's YouTube. What else could it be? We're on YouTube. We're filming on Christmas Eve. I'm that committed to having some content out before relaxing. I'm not very good at relaxing. I basically either work or crash. That's all to say. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for tolerating all of my experiments and enjoying the parts of my life, like I said, that I can't wait to frankly share with you again. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, solstice, Yule, whichever seasonal passing of time you are celebrating. Make it a good one. Take some time for yourself. Relax, enjoy. I'll definitely talk to you before the new year, but in case this is the last thing you ever watch from me, I'm definitely like wishing you great things. All right, take care.